Hi, this is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today. I'm in San Jose at the eMetrics Web Optimization Summit with Stephan Spencer, who's a search engine optimization expert. And today, let's talk about one of those kind of basic but hugely important things, quick hit tips for getting higher rankings in Google.
Right.
What are those quick things that you can do that will really help?
Right. So let's start with the most important on-page element, which is very easy to fix. It's the title tag. So making sure that your title tags across your site are not the same. They're actually unique to each page, and that each page sings a different song to the search engines. You don't want to take your main keyword and put it in every title tag across your site. That defeats the whole purpose. So making sure it's at near the front of the title tag, that's also a useful thing, rather than at the end where you have your brand name and so forth.
So keywords
leading.
ought to be leading.
Correct.
Or right near the front.
Correct, right. And so going into your keyword research tools and identifying the right verb tenses, singulars, plurals, whatever is more popular with the searchers, and then targeting those with your title tags. Now another one is anchor text. You can have anchor text that is internal within your site with the link. So click here, for example. You might be using those words.
So anchor text, that's the underlined link.
Correct.
Part, right?
Right?
For people that don't know what an anchor text is. Okay.
Right. So you might use the words click here, you might use read more info, more. These are words that are not very useful from an SEO standpoint.
No one's going to search on click here.
Correct. Correct. So what you want to use are words that are relevant to the page that you're linking to, but that are keyword rich, right? So they're focused on whatever the topic is.
Give me an example what that might be.
Right. So let's say that you're targeting wireless headsets. Okay. If you use read more, then you're telling the search engines, hey, this page isn't really as much about wireless headsets as it is about read more. Okay. So taking that read more and changing it to wireless headsets is going to help you with your rankings for that term.
Okay.
Okay. Now, externally, you have links coming in from other sites, and they very well could be using things like click here, or the name of your site, which may not have keywords in it, or your URL. If you could identify those sites that are doing that are your business partners, or that you have good relationships with,
or you get the most traffic from,
right, and figure out a way to convince them to change their anchor text. Send them some cookies, ask them in a real nice voice, whatever, but get them to change that anchor text.
Have you had much success in getting people to change that stuff?
Well, you have to be very careful about this. Okay, so let's say that you send an email and it's, I appreciate the link, and can you change it so these are the new words? They could very easily not only delete your email, but delete the link altogether. So let's take a different tack. For example, let's say that you are selling generators, and they're linking to your homepage because it's a disaster preparedness blog, and that's great, but you'd prefer them to use the keyword generators and link to your generators page. So what you do is you create like a disaster preparedness guide, and you put it on your generators page, and make it a PDF or whatever, and that's where they go to get it. Okay, and so you give them that URL and give them the heads up that you have this new disaster preparedness guide that you think would be actually quite useful to his or her readership.
So instead of getting them to change, you give them something even more valuable.
Right.
Very good.
Yep.
Do you ever send them cookies?
I haven't yet, but we've sent them free product, right? So if it's a client who has science toys, you identify bloggers who have kids, and they would just love that stuff, so that works.
A box of chocolates from my favorite Purdy's in Canada costs about $30 to $35. But that's a pretty cheap link.
Right.
If it's from a good quality source.
Absolutely. Yep. Another thing you could do to create links is to find opportunities to sponsor or donate to a worthy organization, and if they have a patrons or donors page, that they list their patrons and donors, and some of those are linked. That's a great opportunity as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, internal linking.
Yes.
How does that affect your ranking.
Right, so that's another quick hit opportunity.
Doesn't Google really look at external links, or do they really look at internal links?
Big time. And the reason why is they're trying to figure out what is most important content on your site. So if they, for example, find that your featured products are on the homepage, well, those featured products are pretty important. Whereas you're not going to get a whole lot of links to your featured products from the outside world. Most folks are going to link to your homepage. So it's really up to your internal linking structure to reinforce what's important and what's not important. Something that's 5 or 6 or 7 clicks deep from your homepage is not very important, and therefore it's not likely to rank.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing with us some of those quick tips.
You bet.
Tell me about your business and what you do.
Right, so Netconcepts, I'm the president and CEO, and we do search engine optimization. We help companies get higher rankings for a lot of different phrases, from some very competitive ones, and we have consulting, and we also have a technology platform as well.
All right, well, that sounds great. Thanks so much for sharing with us. This is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today.